Another way to increase engagement with algebra, quadratic, and other equations, as well as all the other algebra awesomeness, is this Algebra 1 review. This was purchased for you. This is a scavenger hunt. So it reviews Algebra 1 topics. You need to have a copy of the scavenger hunt pages, which I'll print for you and put in your box. Copies of the workspace and clipboards if you can, and if not, dry erase boards work, or they can just, right on the desk closest to them on the paper using the desk as support. So you're going to put the pages, print them, put them randomly around the room, not in order, please put them randomly. Prepare the copies of the workspace for each student. The students need to have something to write on, or they can just use the desk. And you're going to assign a couple students to start at each question, so divide them up into 2s or 3s, and then they start at each question. So let's see, Typhon and Okendo, you're going to start at number 1. Trujillo and Hartman are going to start at number 2, and so on. And so they start at the problem at the bottom of the page. They show their work on their scavenger sheet, Workspace, because that's what you're collecting for the grade. And really, it's not even grading it. It's a matter of did they do it. If they have all the questions filled in that you did, they get full credit. If they messed around and only did half of them because they were actually messing around, they only get half credit, or whatever you need to do. Once they find the answer, they look up that number at the top of the page to find where they need to go. They're finished when they complete all 16 questions. So again, there's 16 questions. If you have 16 times 2, you should be able to do it with just pairs. 16 times 3. You don't have everybody starting at all of the questions. You have an answer key to determine if they're actually going in the right order. So that has 2 versions of the answer keys. One has symbols just for quick checking. So here we go. We're going to hang these around the room. So they're going to start, say, at this one. So this is this one right here. So they start here. So they simplify this. So the square root of 8/9. So once they find the answer to this, they have to find that answer around the room somewhere. So one person is doing evaluating 4/3 to the power of -3. One person's solving the system of equations. One person's doing this one. So here are all the questions. There's 16 of them, right? That's what we said. Okay, here you go. So here's your answer key. So the little cloud, the answer key was that one right there, the little star, the little happy face. So it's a very quick way to see, are you following the right order? It's the answer key. Here's the workspace. This is what they fill out. So one of the things when you have people do things in the room is that the students must write down something. They must have some sort of evidence or proof of what they're doing. So they can put their answer right there. They can put their work right there. If they don't, we don't know. Were they actually working? Are they not understanding it? Were they doing it wrong? Were they just talking to their friend the whole time? They didn't do anything. So this is the proof. This is what gets turned in at the end for you to say, even if they're wrong or right, I see you were working. I see you were trying. 100% credit. So, blank pages. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is the clipboard stuff they used. Okay. Clip art. Okay. So, here's your workspace. Here are your answer keys. Okay. So, again, there's 2 sides. One is just cloud, star, heart, So then that way, this one you can have. This one, like when they do this one, yeah, so it shows you, okay, so this is the answer key. The answer for the little cloud or the little balloon was this one. So you have your answer keys, you have your questions. I will print this out for you so it's ready to go. These could be full pages. Let's see how it prints though. Or it could be, we could print them smaller. One thing that you could also do is one day do this in the room. They do the scavenger hunt, but then the next day actually pull it up on the board and go through it. So, You could use Cami. There's other things you could use too, though. Cool. And I obviously don't have my Cami set up. Anyways. Oh my gosh. So, anyways, the whole point of this is that, yeah, I don't think these are mine. Maybe these are mine? No, these aren't my stuff. Okay, so you could use Kim, you could use anything else. You could also just use your board, your smart board, and write over the thing. So write the answers on these things. So that way they solved it with their friends. They may or may not have gotten it right. They may not have known what the right answer was. Maybe you pass back the answer sheet still, their workspace still, and you go over each question. So then it's like, okay, can someone, again, you have your wheel of names with all the names on it. You call on someone. Okay, did you have the same answer that I got? No, you didn't. Okay, so explain what you did to get your answer. Whether it's wrong or right, what were some of the points? Or what were some of the points that you got stuck on? Like the things that you did well on the equation, but then where did you get stuck? Or what was the, common misconception? Like this negative, this, subtraction symbol and this negative symbol. Like where did you get stuck at? So again, the whole point is that you're using engagement. They're going around the room doing the scavenger hunt. They're answering the questions. Some of the important parts is not the activity. It's not the activity. It's them showing their work, them turning it in at the end of the day, you looking at it. Even if you want to highlight some of these and say, can you explain this tomorrow? Or can we talk about this one right here? You pass back the papers on day 2, and then you guys actually go over these as a class. Because that itself, it's one thing to do an activity, but it's another thing to actually say why this is the right answer, why this is the wrong answer, how did somebody get this way when somebody else understood it this way. Because on the test, that would help them. Doing the activity is one thing, but if they do it wrong, they're going to do it wrong on the test again. So, scavenger hunt, wheel of names, around the room. Day 2, you're going over going over all the answers. So, again, click the workspace. Maybe even have them fix their answers on day 2, turn it back in, something like that. That's up to you. All right. That is the algebra scavenger hunt and day 2 review for engagement in algebra or with quadratic equations.